So this airplane behind me is a Stemi S10. It's a German motor glider. It's certified and in production and best in its class. And it's the basis for the Sunseker Duo. We got permission to use their factory and molds, which is why the Sunseker Duo looks so much like a Stemi. So here's the cockpit of the Stemi. It's very comfortable and roomy, well equipped. And you might be wondering where the propeller is on this airplane. Well, it's in the nose. This handle here, I can open a gap in the nose, and the propeller is then centrifugally deployed when the engine's running. And when the propeller is in the right position, we can close the nose and go back to gliding flight. In this view, you can see some of the obvious differences between the Stemi and the Sunseker Duo. The Stemi is a high-sitting tail dragger, whereas the Sunseker Duo is a tricycle gear. And the other thing is you can see the motor location with the large diameter propeller on the vertical stabilizer of the Sunseker Duo. So, starting at the nose, the first thing you'll notice in this view is the camera mount on the nose of the Sunseker Duo. I've got the GoPro Max installed there, and it's connected to external power. It's the 5-volt USB power that's coming from the airplane, so it can run for hours and hours. And taped on the canopy is a little piece of red yarn, which is an important instrument. It tells the pilot which way the airplane is yawed. A quick tour of the Sunseker Duo instrument panel here. This is, in the lower right, is the battery management system display that tells us the overall battery voltage, the low cell, high cell, and battery temperature and state of charge. Above that is a vertical card compass pointing east, and up here is a digital altimeter, an analog airspeed indicator going from 20 to 100 miles per hour. And our big navigation screen, which can display lots of other data also, such as the RPM of the propeller, power of the motor, and all the temperatures of the battery management system and other data. Up here is a variometer, also G-meter and several other instruments. Transponder. Above that is PCAS, which is a collision avoidance system. Our communication radio, and FLARM, which is another collision avoidance system. And then here's an iPad that we use for navigation also, and controlling our GoPro cameras that are remotely mounted, such as this one on the nose. And all of our main circuit breakers and switches for controlling the various electronics and starting up. Here's a USB port, so you can plug in your iPhone or other devices to keep them charged up in flight. And this switch here this controls the landing gear. At the moment it shows 3 down landing gear, which is what we want. Circuit breaker for the nose gear, and this indicator here shows the pitch trim. It's about neutral right now. You can see well, it's, yeah, that's the pitch trim and circuit breaker for it. This is a steering wheel that controls the nose wheel, and with this we steer the airplane on the ground instead of using our feet. It's a very easy way to steer the airplane. These little buttons here open air vents that let a lot of fresh air in, so you can get cooling in the cockpit. And this is for a 90-degree landing flap, which you can lock down, slows the airplane down for landing. And on this side we have a large air brake that helps you come down also. So behind the steering wheel we've got the filler for the hydraulic fluid for the wheel brakes, which happen to be right here. And we can use them differentially if you want to try to steer a little bit with the landing gear. And right next to that is the throttle. It's not activated, but this is full throttle and no throttle. And the motor is turned on here with this switch. In flight, the propeller folds back due to the airflow. In this clip, you can see how the electric pitch trim works. It's rather slow, but it's very effective for adjusting for different weight pilots. So a unique feature on the Sunseeker Duo here is I can move the battery pack fore and aft for pitch trim change, and it's mechanically done. That's what this big, looks like a ship's wheel here. It's a thumb wheel, and I push on this and the battery moves forward. So the Sunseeker Duo is also equipped with a ballistic parachute system. The activation handle is right here between the seats, and the parachute comes out right from here. The rocket's right here, shoots straight up, and the main riser comes and it's attached to the top of the wing, and it goes down and wraps around inside the fuselage, so it's connected to the whole airframe. For the windows, we wanted a nice dark tint to keep the temperatures down in the cockpit, and also large windows we could open to get lots of fresh air, and it's great for photography too. So one of the features I designed into the airplane was lots of space, so both pilots can even sleep in the plane on a long flight, just reclining the seat all the way back here. I'll show you how it goes. So we hope you enjoyed our walk-around tour of the Sunseeker Duo in comparison with the Stemi S10. Keep supporting us by watching our videos and stay tuned for more.